What is up, guys, and welcome back to some COD gameplay. This time on Showdown. I've actually only played this map once before and I did quite well on it, and you'll see today that I actually kind of do the same, and we did quite well on it. You know, we got another good gameplay, had another good performance, and to be fair, you know, it's finally happened because I don't have many, but you know, there is a lot of camping in this game. I'm sorry for that, but it's just this map has so many camping spots. But anyway, on to the commentary now, and obviously Premier League finished on the weekend on Sunday, and we already knew that Chelsea was going to win. Obviously they got crowned, I think, 36 games so against West Brom, so we obviously knew they were winning the title, and obviously Tottenham was finished second. But it was the battle of the Champions League actually between Man City, Liverpool and Arsenal. They all won the games on the weekend, so that meant, you know, Man City sticked at third, Liverpool stuck at fourth, and then Arsenal finished in the Europa League spot, which is quite funny to be fair. And I haven't actually watched Arsenal Fan TV yet with their reaction. Obviously I'm commentating this on Monday, but I think I'll probably do it after this commentary. I should have probably done it before, but I've just actually reminded myself. But anyway, like I said, yeah, the thing is, the table was basically done. It was just them three results, and I've got to say they could have had really easy opponents. I mean, Arsenal, yes, they have had Everton, but Everton's form lately hasn't been the best, and you'd probably say Arsenal are a better team than Everton, and you would probably think that they would win. But to be fair, Arsenal did go 10 men down, so you know they did well to obviously win the game in the end. Liverpool had Middlesbrough, already relegated Middlesbrough, and then obviously Man City had Watford, who's on one of the worst forms in the league at the moment. I mean, I don't know if it started off with obviously losing against my team, Hull City, away, you know, to 10 men, but since then they've gone on a really bad form of games, and especially losing that amount to Man City on the end of the weekend is just sums up the obviously end of the campaign. But like I said, the league was already done, obviously, wasn't it? Chelsea, you know, we knew they won the league. We knew Tottenham got second. Man U, which is quite funny, they have finished sixth, but obviously if they win the Europa League, they're into the Champions League. So Liverpool could be knocked out. I know, obviously, they're celebrating it and they're quite happy to finish fourth, but like I said, you know, if Man U win that Europa League, then Liverpool's out, and I don't think they'll be very happy because obviously there is a massive rivalry between them two clubs. Anyway, you know, relegation was obviously done already, especially Sunderland. Actually, to be fair to Sunderland, to say they got relegated quite early on compared to obviously Middlesbrough and Hull, they only actually finished 4 points behind Middlesbrough, which is quite funny. I mean, Middlesbrough, they just could not score, and you know, you've got to score goals, and if you don't have a goal scorer, you're going to do crap. And I feel that was kind of the same with Hull a bit. You know, we didn't, in the start of the season, well, especially from like September to December, we didn't really have a goal scorer. We didn't really have a defence, to be fair. But you know, we tried our best. In the end, you know, we went down by 6 points, which is quite a big margin in the end. So you could probably say that we deserved to go down, and I do think we did. To be fair, we was probably one of the worst teams in the league, especially in the first half of the season. I mean, our goal difference is the worst, especially getting beat 7-1 in the final home game of the year. It's just a bit embarrassing to go down like that, but you know, I think hopefully teams will respect us in the way we kind of came back, and you know, in the second half of the season. But anyway, that's how it obviously ended. Sunderland finished last, Middlesbrough finished second to last, and Hull finished third to last. Watford, like I said, in their you know, kind of bad form in the end, they finished one position above relegation. Then it was obviously Burnley. Swansea got up to 15, so you know, well done to them, because I think 3 games ago they was obviously in the relegation play. So you know, their recent form was very good. Crystal Palace obviously 14th, Stoke 13th, Leicester 12th. Obviously Leicester didn't start off very well at all. Sacked Ranieri, which, you know, everyone was quite angry about. But Shakespeare, their new manager, I believe, I don't know if he's actually signed the contract yet, but you know, he's with their manager for the rest of the season. You know, he did them quite good. Look at it this way. Obviously, Southampton was 8th from 46 points, and then there was a massive gap between them and Everton. Everton was on 61, so, you know, unbelievable gap, 15 points. But then, you know, 8th, who's obviously Southampton on 46 points, and right down to Watford, who's in 17th. There was only 6 points between all them teams, which is just absolutely crazy. I mentioned it a bit in my last episode, my COD last episode. I don't think it's been, that kind of tight before. It's just unbelievable. If someone picked up a win, especially Stoke or Leicester, they'd have gone to 8th place. It's just, absolutely crazy. But obviously, like I said, Everton have also got a Europa League spot. I believe Southampton have missed out. I can't remember how it works now because I'm sure they kept on changing it, but I think it's 5th, 6th and 7th, get the Champions League spots. But obviously if Man U do win the Europa League, then that means Liverpool will go into Europa League along with Arsenal, Everton, and Man U will go into Champions League along with Man City, Tottenham and Chelsea. So it was a good last day of the season, to be fair. There was a lot of goals. Obviously I've watched a few of the games. I didn't want match of the day because obviously if you have Sky, you know that the app you can download on your iPhone and iPad, the Sky app, you can watch the highlights. So, I've watched a few of them. I watched the whole City one first, which was just an embarrassment. But, like I said, hopefully we've done ourselves proud. The last 3 games, Sunderland, Man City, and obviously Crystal Palace, it's just, you've got to win against Sunderland. I remember going to the game against Sunderland. It was just very tense. The team didn't play. The team didn't turn up, and I think that kind of, showed to them and told them that we was down. So, we lost against Sunderland 2-0, Crystal Palace 4-0. So that's 2 games, 6 goals. Then even worse, 7-1 against Tottenham. It was just so bad. But hopefully next season we can rebuild, buy a few good players, and maybe, get back into the Premier League, where I think we do belong, to be fair. At the moment, we're a bit of a yo-yo team, but like I said, if we can get a few good players, that might change it. But anyway, finished 14-8, started off very well, but, kind of went down a bit. A lot of camping, like I said, but the main thing was we got the win, and we got more kills than deaths. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the episode. If you have, please like button, subscribe if you are new, and guys, I'll be seeing you later. Peace!